Hey, Joe Cerrone.
Hey, Al Rosen.
Welcome to CAD-116 Basic AutoCAD and our Zoom classroom meeting for today. So as we continue with the course, we're in our second week of the course. We continue to hold our meetings on Tuesdays at 9:30. Students are welcome to come in between 9:30 and 12 on Tuesdays. And we also have support on Wednesdays as well. And so you can come in Tuesdays and Wednesdays, Skokie Lab room P131 or P132. And then on Thursdays, we've got virtual assistants. Just send us an email. And that seems to be working. Students are doing that. In our upcoming events, student assistance is available. We're starting module 2. Module 0 and Module 1 are due today at 11:30 p.m., as well as the pretest is due as well. So you want to get those in. If you need to find where they're at, they're located under content. We take a look at the pretest student introduction. And we use this for attendance purposes and to kind of get the course running. When we teach these online courses, they have a participation component that students need to participate within the first week of the course. So we want you to make sure that you get those participation points and that you show that you're participating by taking the student pretest. And all it really is asking you a little bit about your experience and some of your knowledge with CAD. So please be sure to get that in. So that's where the pretest is located. Then Module 0 just has videos that go through the chapter assignments. And so this is on the AutoCAD interface, and we have the information for PowerPoint showing the terminology. What are the names of the different parts of the graphical interface? And so we have our ribbon across the top. We have our view cube, drawing window. Here's our command line. And we've created PowerPoints for you for information about that. So Al likes to create them as PDF as well as PowerPoint. They're the same. It just depends on which one you want to open. PDFs are a little quicker, and so we tend to go with those. And it goes through the interface, different parts of the interface, options and dialog boxes, things like being able to set up the display and the background colors. And then working with the application menu. Okay, the big red A seems to be the center for most of the CAD, things like files, opening files and saving files. And then as you go through, there's just a ton of information in AutoCAD. And so we try to present that in a method where it's fairly uncomplicated and straightforward. And so this is the lecture information for the user interface. It's in Module 0. We come back to the table of contents. I think I'm going to view this as a student. Content section. Module 0. And then we have some videos. And so we have a video lecture, and then we have some additional videos on the coordinate system and just helpful commands that you can use. Alrighty. And then if we look at Module 1 has you read Chapter 1 and 2 from AutoCAD and its application. It's actually AutoCAD Instructor. And so if we take a look at Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, digital textbook. Chapter 1 is just basically getting started, being able to understand the coordinate system, be able to create drawings, start AutoCAD, just real basic concepts. And then chapter 2 is on working with files, being able to save drawing files, open templates, and be able to work with these different file formats so that we can save our drawings as DWG type files, create our content. And so this week we'll be looking at chapter 3, draw command concepts, essentially being able to draw lines, circles, arcs, and things like that, and how you would go about that. And then chapter 4 goes through selection sets and some basic modify commands. And so being able to select things, to erase things. And so when we work with these different drawings, what we want to be able to do is to start creating things with more content. And so the first assignments were general design assignments. If I was to go to the big red A here and pull up my assignments, I can see I have a history. Oh, start. So as you can see, the main splash page will keep my recent drawings. And so here's our module 1 assignment. Module 1 assignment is these 5 plates. And so we've got the plate drawings that we'll continue to work on. Looks like I've just got number 5 in this one. If I were to open a different one, I can open it. So here's what it should look like. It should be plate number 1. Make sure that you put the date and your name on the drawing. Plate number 2, 3, 4. And you'll save those and turn those into the assignments folder by going File, Save As. I'm just going to throw this into, I guess I'll just leave it right here. We'll save it. That's it. And then when you turn in your assignments, you'll turn those in D2L using the assignments tab to attach your file. And so we can go to our module 0 and 1 submission area, and then we can go and add a file to locate it. You have it selected and added. You can add a comment to that if you'd like to add a note. And then we'll submit it. And then once you've submitted the file, you'll get a little balloon that'll come in that'll say you've submitted it. Takes a little while, but it says file submission successful. If you need more time to get the work done, just request an extension. So if you've got your work completed, great, turn it in. As you can see, I've got this little orange indicator that tells me that I have turned in a submission. And if we take a look at content for chapter 2, Al likes to put it in the main splash page. And so there's an assignment. You can choose either the mechanical assignment or the architectural assignment. And then the general design assignment will be this number 1. And this is a great assignment in the fact that it's very good for teaching how to input absolute and relative polar coordinates. And so if we look at this, basically it's a number 1. And then on this table here, it gives you the coordinates to enter to create that number 1. And so as we look at the directions, what we're going to do is we're going to start from point 2, 1, with the line command and hit enter. And then our next point will be 2, 4, then 3, 4, then 3, 8. And that then goes and will create the line from this point to here, and to here. So if I was to create this drawing within my CAD system, I would say File, New, use an AutoCAD template. And you could use any template for this. You don't really need the grid or the snap-on for that. And then if I come back over here and we take a look at the point-by-point instructions, what I would do is I would start a point at 2, 1. And so we'll come over here. Let's see if I can get this right. And we'll say home line, first point, 2, 1, enter. And that's our first point. And then our next point would be pound 2, 4, enter. And then our next point would be pound 3, 4, enter. Next point would be pound 3, 8, and 3 units over, 8 units up. So it's X coordinate, Y coordinate. Pound 2, 8. Pound 2, 10. So this gives us the ability to use absolute coordinates to input our values to draw things. And this is a very mechanical way of creating these different geometries. But we wanted everybody to understand how to work with coordinates. Now, if I were to change my color to, let's say, red, by just typing in the word color, and then I'll go with color number 1, red, I can recreate this process again using relative polar. And so if I were to create a line from point 2, 1, it'll be at the same location. But now when I work with coordinates, it's going to be at 3 angle 90. All right. And so when we look at that, it'll be 3 units up at a 90-degree angle. Remember, this is 0, as you can see on the cursor. And then when I bring it here, it says 90, and this is 180, and then this is 270. And so my next coordinate would be at 3, less than symbol, 90. And then the next one would be at 1, angle 0, at 1, less than 0, enter. And then the next one would be at 4, angle 90, 4 units at the 90-degree vector angle. So that's basically 2 ways to input coordinates. I'm not going to go through and use all the rest of them. And the coordinates will just be laid out right on top of the other part. It's fine. We can always analyze the components and see where the coordinates are by using things like utilities. And we could say ID point if we wanted to. And then if I use an OSNAP, identify that as 2, 1. All righty, let's get back to the main splash page and take a look at some of the other assignments. All righty, so back to the main splash page. That's the general design assignment. And it basically recaps some of the reading information within the textbook. And then you can choose either the mechanical or the architectural. Okay, and so the mechanical assignment is right here. We open that, create this mechanical 3" by 3" square. Sorry, it's a little bit small, but I think it still works. Or you can choose the architectural assignment. Or you can do both. If you do both, you'll get a 3-point bonus, which is 10% of the course assignment for that. And so you can choose either the architectural or the mechanical, and then make sure that you do the number 1. Title blocks are located right here. And so if you're working on the architectural title, you can open that and create that drawing on the architectural title block. The difference between the architectural and the mechanical is the drawing units. And so on the architectural drawing, we're using architectural units, which would be input in feet and inches, versus when we open the mechanical assignment, be working with our mechanical title block. And if we look at our units, these will be set up as decimal. And so that's the big difference between the mechanical title block and the architectural title block. And then as you go through and you look at the assignment, we have videos for each of these assignments. And so Al's color coded these in purple. And so if we take a look at them, if I click on this one, we've done this assignment once before. So here's our video. And this one goes through how to create the number 1 general design assignment. And then if we go into the module 2, I have the content there for the other tutorials. And so content, module 2. So we have our PowerPoint. Here's our B-size architectural title block that you can download. Here's the PDF of the assignment. And then here's the updated video. The old one is still quite good, but if you click on that, recut the video using the 2023 software. So we create that drawing. We insert the chair and paste from D2L, and then we use a polar array to put them around the table. And then we have the mechanical assignments here as well. I haven't had a chance to update them, but they're still pretty recent. And so if we look at the mechanical assignments, again, you only have to do one drawing of either the mechanical or the architectural plus the number 1. And so you can choose one of these drawings, or you can choose this one drawing. And we have the videos for those as well. And so here's our mechanical video. We go through, get the line commit right here. Show how to do the drawings for that. Alrighty. So those are the videos and the assignment for this week. If we go back to the main splash page, due date for module 2 is June 27th. And if you need any assistance, be sure to hit us up during one of our office hours and student assistance. And then make sure that you come into the quizzes and exams, and you can take test number 1. Test number 1 is just basically open book, open notes, goes through, see if you understand the concepts behind basic draw commands. Al, is there anything else that we want to cover before I stop the recording and open things up for questions?
Just a reminder that on Tuesday, we normally RMP 131, 132 for a live meeting.
Alrighty, so you're welcome to come in if you do need any assistance. If not, virtual is just fine. Turn in those assignments and just let us know if you have any questions. Alrighty, with that, I'm going to stop the recording and open things up for questions.